Hey, how's it going, everybody? So we're going to convert some cannabis to oil today, and I'm going to do my best to film what we're doing. So what we have here is a full pound of a heavy indica strain. This is the Jägermeister. It's been decarboxylated in the oven, and it's ready to crush up and put in a bowl here for our alcohol solution soak. So, through the miracle of time here, we're going to fill this bowl just like this.
Okay.
So that's a lot of product in one bowl here, and I don't think there'll be enough room for enough alcohol, so I'm going to dump some of this stuff into a second bowl just to make sure we have enough coverage. When I first did this, the first time I ever did this, I had a big bowl of the first buds that we ever grew. And when it came time to pour the alcohol over my bud for the first time, oh my God, was I ever so nervous and scared. Anyway, they don't have any problems with it at all. And yeah, you just do it. Just pour it right on in there. And you want to cover, make sure you pour enough in there to cover it several inches. You get a good soak. This alcohol will soak all the THC out of the pot. That's a whole gallon for a pound of wheat, and it's not enough. And when you do this, you do it twice. You soak your product twice. I always do. You'll see here when we get to it. If I have enough fucking alcohol. Yeah, come closer. Yeah, you just fill it up just like that, and you let the alcohol soak up the bud. It'll strip all the THC out of there, and then we're gonna strain it, and we'll be back here in a minute. Okay, so we got everything soaking here. It's been soaking for about half an hour. You stir it up occasionally, come over and stir it. And now what I'm going to do is, this is not the filter process. This is the straining. We're going to strain all the liquid out of the product here, out of the bud. And then we're going to save the product because we're going to do a second soak after this is done. Have a little bag here. I'm actually using the magic butter bag, a little bag that comes with the magic butter machine, because it's a great little filter bag.
Use your scooper, babe.
All that juice out of there. That's where all the good THC is. All soaked up in there. You want to get as much of this alcohol out as you can. And like I said, we want to save this for a second soak. So, I'm just going to dump it into another bowl here. Set that aside, and we'll get to that here in a minute. And we'll do the same thing. we'll do the same thing with this big one. This big one's going to take me a little bit longer, so we're going to hit pause and we'll be right back again. Okay, so we did our first soak, and we strained it. This is what the bud looks like after it's been soaked in alcohol and strained. Here's all the strained alcohol. We're going to do a second soak. We're going to do this again. It won't take quite as much alcohol in the second soak. Alright, we'll give that about 30 minutes and then we'll start that process over again. See you in a minute. Okay, so now that the second soak is drained and strained twice, we did it twice now. This is what the pound of weed looks like after you're all done. Now all the THC and medicinal value have been stripped from this bud here, so we're done with it. Throw it away. There's no value to it. It's garbage. There's no more use. So what we have here now is all of that alcohol with all the THC stripped inside the alcohol. So what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to filter it. I'm going to put it in a coffee, in a big jug. It's going to slow drip into a coffee filter and into another clean jug. And when that's all done, we'll have a nice clean oil to distill. And we'll hit pause. I'll get that set up and show you how that works. So we'll be right back. Okay, now that our drain and strain is completed, we've got it into some jars here. And now we're going to coffee filter it into some other jars here. This is the part that takes forever. So basically, you know, it's pretty simple. We take our strained oil, our strained alcohol, and then I just run it through a coffee filter. Just like that. Let it filter out, and when it's all nice and clean and filtered, you stick it in your green oil machine and convert it to cannabis oil. Now the big difference between just straining it and making oil and coffee filtering it is it makes a really smooth oil, and it makes it really soluble and soft, and you don't have any of that particulate in your oil. It just makes for a really smooth oil that's really easy to mix with other carrier oils like coconut oil. So, through the miracle of time again, we will give it a minute, and actually we'll probably give it a whole lot of minutes and come back to this and see how we're going. So see you guys in a minute again. And you know, just get 10 seconds in there, 5 seconds. Fucking Facebook. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a pretty slow process, but it's coming along.
Okay.
Alright, so this jar is pretty much done filtering. We got a nice clean solvent here full of THC oil. While this one is still going here, we'll fill this back up here
and are used as steady reference points at the time. That axis is the Taurus-Scorpio axis, formerly known as the Taurus-Eagle axis.
while this one's finishing off, we'll step over here to the green oil machine. This is what I use to actually evaporate off the alcohol. This is basically a fancy rice cooker with a distillery on top. And the distillery captures all the vapors from the alcohol as it evaporates out and redistributes it. It allows you to recapture your solvent for reuse. It's really cool. I really like this machine. It's built to make Rick Simpson oil. This machine is really, really cool. Turn it on here. Temperature set. It's on ready to rock and roll. I'm going to grab the solvent and dump it in there. Here, get a good look inside here. Nice golden amber color. It's nice and clear and clean. Will make a nice smooth oil.
Showed me a bump on the Sphinx's chest that Arabs called Al-Tal the Last Hat, the lion's heart that so far nobody managed to explain. Coincidentally, Al-Tal al-Assad was also the name Arabs gave to the brightest star in the real constellation Regulus.
Alright, this green oil machine, when you turn it on, has your set temperatures. You want to keep it at 100 degrees Celsius. I guess this thing's in Celsius. So anyways, keep it at 100 degrees, everything's turned on. Once this thing starts to boil up, it's going to capture the solvent and redistribute it in here. And you got to pay attention, don't let this thing overflow. Once this thing starts getting full, you'll dump it into the other bigger containers and recapture it. So there goes the first batch. This should take about 2 hours, maybe to boil off. Once it starts getting real low again, we'll add the other jar to it until it's all gone and we have Simpson oil. All right, we'll hit pause and we'll come back in a little bit. Okay, so we are almost done here. Here, let me turn this off. That way you guys can hear me. So we're almost done. I've gone through 2 jars, these guys here. Got both of these jars in the green oil machine. The green oil machine's on its last run right now. I've been boiling off for the last 3 hours. And what I like about this green oil machine is it is actually made to make cannabis oil. And what it is, it's basically a, like I said earlier, it's a fancy rice cooker with a distill on top. And it's recapturing my alcohol here. And when this little jug gets full, I just dump it into the bigger ones. So there we go. We'll hit pause. And when we start getting down, I'll take the top off and you guys will be able to see what's inside. So we'll be back here shortly. Alright, so we're getting down there. off again. And that is it. That's, ouch, that's hot. But yeah, it's boiling down, almost down to nothing. Pretty soon we'll be left with nothing but oil here. I can't stand too close to this because the fumes coming off is killing me. So, anyways, see you guys in a few. Okay, so most of the alcohol is gone now, and I'm able to peer into this thing a little bit more safely. And there is the RSO. You can see that it's still bubbling like crazy, and because it's bubbling, that tells me that there is still alcohol cooking off in there. So we'll let that sit inside this green oil machine until all them bubbles in activity is stopped and the oil is nice and still and calm. And when the oil is nice and still and calm, that generally means all the alcohol is gone. So we'll come back and I'll show you what the oil looks like when it's nice and calm. Anyways, check out that oil. Looking pretty good, isn't it? I'll be back. Okay, so what I've done here is we've completed what we wanted to do with the green oil machine. And I've dumped everything that was in the green oil machine into this little stainless steel bowl here, and I'm letting the oil finish up. See if we can see some of the activity there. See them bubbles there? When that oil starts or stops having any kind of activity is when all the alcohol is evaporated. And so as soon as that stops bubbling, should take about another 10 minutes and it'll all be gone. I will suck all that into a syringe here, and that'll be the cure for cancer, guys. So I'll probably do one more little segment here at the end, and I'm going to call it a night. So I started this about 2 o'clock today, and it is now 12:30. So yeah, it takes a while. And bam, just like that, we made the cure for cancer. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to call it a night. So y'all have a great day.